discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact.
You are watching Wedding Banter on Atlantic Television Network. This program highlights issues about wedding, its preparation, post-wedding and marital issues. Couples as stakeholders relive their most special moments, the rigors of wedding preparation and the joy therein. On today's topic, we'll be looking at LGBTQ same-sex marriage and also expensive wedding versus cheap wedding. When we're talking about wedding, weddings are the romantic, beautiful, and meaningful people come from. We will just go on a short break.
Christmas season, hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlantic Television Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of amazing experiences. Cheers to a beautiful year end.
Live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy.
Welcome back. If you're just a relationship expert, I'm talking about Mr. Treasure Timi Dare. Thank you. We're talking about same-sex marriage. We refer to the legal recognized union of two individual. I'm talking about illegal recognized marriage through to the illegal recognized union of LGBTQ rights, recognizing the principle of equal treatment for all citizens regardless of sexual orientation. And then when we're talking about expensive wedding versus cheap wedding, when it comes to spending money, most couples put aside a significant amount for their wedding day, which is understandable as it is usually a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. Some couples are on multifaceted aspects that goes beyond the cost of the wedding. But let's look at same-sex marriage first, Mr. Timmy. On the 19th of this month, that's last week, for Francis Okay, blessing for same-sex marriage.
Who see a whole lot. Someone said a few years ago it's a sin, and someone is saying go ahead and do that. So what has changed? That's the question. That's what everybody should ask. What has changed? And the person that is saying he didn't say so, those that said he said so, where are the records? Can they play the records for us to see?
But why has the person that said it not come out?
Where did he say it? Is there any video or any kind of evidence to either build or destroy? There are a lot of things you see on the social media and people will say no, trending, you know the way news trend, and you know bad news trend very fast than good news.
I mean, okay, this one is saying he didn't say so. Another is saying if he has said it is a sin. And then the who said they say has not come out to say I did not say it, because you won't tell me that you have not seen all of this thing flying online.
So that is the point. And you know, we in Africa, I thank God. Yeah, people will say that the whites actually brought Christianity to us, and then we are now the one that is overdoing it more than what they do. In fact, we have taken religion to a level. Sometimes I look at people and I begin to wonder: is it the same God that we are serving? Someone that's supposed to be at work, the person is in church, and they are doing prayer, doing program, you know, and then at the end of the day, you begin to pray for certain things you see on air or you read about that baffles you. Yes, I believe in miracle a lot, but have you worked for something that will attract such thing to you? As somebody who went to church, I begin to pray from morning till night, waiting for miracle a lot when it has not worked. The Bible says you must work, right? Before you can eat. That's by the way. For this particular word, of course, you know, I repeat, I will never support such kind of nonsense. That's the way I put it. In fact,
Oh, okay,
I use the word nonsensical.
Okay.
That's the way I want to put it.
All right, let's look at this way. If really, because as it's up till this moment that we are having this conversation, we have not heard from Pope Francis after that story came out.
So
let's assume that he actually said it, because he has not come out to debunk the news, the story that he didn't say it. It's just people that are, I mean, his followers that are saying, some are saying he said it, some are saying he did not say it. So anything of this sort is 14 years in prison in Nigeria. And then, of course, no matter how, even Jesus Christ, there were people that followed him. In quotes, the law is as said. They should be in prison by now. But despite they caught them in the act, I'm not a lawyer, so I wouldn't know the story around it. But they actually freed them with fine. All right? Since during Jonathan's time, that was when this particular 14 years in prison really came to a stand. But we haven't seen anything yet said same-sex marriage, anybody has gone in for it and all of those things. Now, looking at a place that when something happens, people have it in mind. Of course, we know that it's going to be either you pay fine and free yourself, and then they will say it depends on who you know. So don't you think that there are some personalities in this denomination that they would do and just feel that they can go away with it, even though it is not being legalized here?
For me, what I want to say is this. I read that story, trended, and I think the last Delta State Police Command spokesperson, there was something he said, I can't remember exactly what he said.
They paid
really,
fine
or so.
Yes, 5,000 each,
Okay.
50,000 or so.
Okay, so fine, you know, that's Nigeria for you. I know I don't like talking about, you know, because I'm someone who hates all those kind of nonsense that people do. Now for me, the man has given you know, and I don't even think the followers in Nigeria will want to go into that. I mean, it's a shameful thing. Okay, you're a mother. God forbid you are home and your son comes and say, oh, I brought my, and he brings a man. How are you going to react? You will say, my village people have started following this guy.
A prison straight up. I mean, correctional center.
So we should understand this and speak against it. You see, I tend to understand certain things about the industry we have in Nigeria, especially the fashion industry, the entertainment industry. We have a lot of things happening, and people try to like, okay, it's a thing that, you know, we should just talk about it, and I just find it so irritating. The moment I see that this is where you're going to, you can't be my friend, no matter who you are. The celebrities I can't see myself talking to them or relating with them.
Okay, now let's look at it in this manner. Now, of course, since this story came out, we have not heard anyone coming out to say yes, the Pope has said the right thing, we should do this. All those that have come out to actually say something are against that particular belief. But now we have a situation. We have like in some of these Western countries, same-sex marriage has been legalized. So let's assume that it's actually happening and people are going to key into this. Some, don't you think this is another form of division in Christendom?
No.
It's Western or here?
No, it's not a division. I don't see that as a division. You see, everyone, Christ says, those who worship me in truth and in spirit. Now, there are certain things, certain laws, certain churches I go to, and their doctrine and teaching does not go with what I have read in the Bible. I just stay away. That's who I am. And I think everybody that, you know, that tend to be a true Christian should understand that there is no law. If it's not in the Bible, there is not a law. You hear what Pastor Kumi says, it's not biblical. That there is nowhere in the Bible where such a thing was supported. Go to the scripture and let's see where it says you go and get married. There's no scripture that says that. So, and what is our standard as a Christian? It's the Bible.
Okay, it is a Bible.
Yes.
And then remember that Christ did not die for the righteous. Christ came for the sinners. And so, don't you think that, according to what Pope said, that Christ did not come for only the righteous, according, like I just stated? Don't you think that Pope is somehow right in some aspects?
Christ did not come for who? For righteous people, or for who?
He did not come for Christ does not discriminate.
Pope
saying
you are a demon out of people. He said Christ does not discriminate. That sin is not existing. You are the one creating it. Revelation more than how many times? Then we used to do that as competition when we were even younger. You know, it's something that we just want to do. You recite Bible, you know, recitation, and they give you some gifts when we're in secondary school, primary school. So it's something that over time, I still do. Thank God for technology now. You can read the Bible online. You can do everything online.
Nation here, and then he said something that we can't afford to discriminate.
That was given birth to by a man and a woman coming together. Then you say it's a man and a man. Can that man and man bring out the child? Can the woman and woman bring out the child?
Did you think it's another way of controlling population in the world?
In China, you can have only one child, right? That's what I was told. Yeah. They have all their devices, all the things they put in their system. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't see any reasonable human being that will say, you know, I'm proud of. See, there are things we shouldn't even talk about. There are things the society is frowns against it. There are things our culture frowns against. There are things you as a human being, is this thing you are doing, is it proper, is it right? As I am now, when I move around town and you see people that God has created, they don't attract you. It's a fellow man like me and you, like my Paco body and your body that will be attracted. I mean, let's not even go. I think to me, it's not even an issue to argue about. It is bad, and it is bad. Such a thing. Let's see, the Catholic Church should be able to sit down and discuss this issue, especially the
destroying the respect. Are saying this kind of thing can never happen in our parish.
So if the bishop says that, what do you expect the masses to say?
Yeah, because the bishops are supposed to be loyal to the Pope.
Loyal to where you are going to when you are not being led properly.
Place that anything that comes out of it, especially if it is negative, you see people right.
Traditionalists, we are traditional people. We people be traditionalists. We are traditional people. We people we believe so much in that respect of the home. There is a home. We know that the home in our nation is a man and woman, not the man and man, not the woman and woman. It is the man and man. And I keep saying this thing. For those who indulge in such, it's not about their in bed too. We just wake up and say, I want. Someone will even think, you know, sometimes I look at people that say, someone will even think of changing himself. Are you God who created you? God created you to become a man. Now you want to become a woman. God created you to become a woman. You want to become a man. And that's someone who spend many dollars, millions of naira of dollars to turn into an animal. And I began to wonder the kind of life that people live, the kind of thinking that the devil has just spread so much negativity into the mind of people. People want to, because you have money, you want to go to it, you want to do some things, and then when it backfire, the one that even baffles me is how come God creates you. You want to increase your part of your body. Are you telling God that God didn't know what He created? Just like I am now, tall. You know, I'm a tall person, and I just like the way God has created me. So I was okay because I want to become short. I don't want it. You know, you understand? It baffles me. What how people reason. How people reason. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know, I'm on the large side. Let's say because
most of the things that we learn from here is actually from Western. So when we see something, we don't want to know the consequences. We don't want to know why they do what they did. We just want to copy. So don't you think that if it is being legalized, of course it's already been legalized in some countries. Don't you think that if they start this man-to-man, woman-to-woman, and all of this same-sex stuff, that's so...
Across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, social economy.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Wedding Banter on Atlantic Television Network, and I still have in the studio here with me Treasure Timmy. All right, before we went, we were talking about same-sex marriage, and now we are diving into expensive wedding. Must wedding be expensive? What are the common strategies for managing costs in both types of wedding? Now, a lot of person feels that if wedding is not expensive, they never do wedding. And some of them are of opinion that expensive wedding does not determine a stable marriage, and people have different kind of diverse opinion about these two, and all of them boils down to one's pocket. Now, how was your wedding? Expensive? Did you spend extravagant for it, or was it on a low budget? And how far are you people? How far have you people gone now? So, Mr. Timmy, let's look at this. What are the common? Before we go, let me ask: must wedding be expensive? When I wanted to marry, I know who came up with that kind of ideology?
Don't marry. I can support you. Not that you form committee of friends because you want a lavish wedding. The wedding you cannot afford. How much is your salary? How much are you earning? Okay? Check it out. It is even we Nigerians, Africans that go abroad and still do lavish, expensive weddings there.
But the most expensive wedding was from Western world, not here.
No. For who? The royal wedding. What do you call the royal wedding? You want to feed the entire villagers.
Don't you have royalties in Nigeria?
We have. I'm not against. See, if you can afford it, listen to what I said. According to your material. If your material is 2 yard, please make do with that 2 yard. If your material is 100 yard, beautiful. See, if you can afford it, that's a word. But don't go about borrowing. Don't go about taking loans. Don't go about stressing people and putting people under unnecessary pressure, all because you want to have a society wedding. That's what we're saying. You don't do that. It is not done next. I have done what was in my capacity. What I had in my pocket, what I had in my account. Okay? So, Nigerians should stop copying people. You have pre-wedding shot. Everybody, now the crazy thing now is bombs, what's it called? Photo shoot.
Mr. Timmy, don't go there because I did pre-wedding shot.
See, I'm just telling you, it's crazy. We need to stop this madness. I call it madness because it's taking over. People are just getting mad because they want to get married.
I think the societal influence is really much because, you know, I was really keen about pre-wedding picture. As a matter of fact, I took 3 times.
Can I ask you a question now?
No, I want to tell you before you ask.
Who forced you to do that?
I want to... Mr. Timmy, do you know I have not been able to post even one picture?
Did anybody put a gun to your head?
As a matter of fact, I did
my church, because my church was... The point is, sit down together, discuss what you can afford, what you can do. Ladies should also help men. I think some ladies put men under unnecessary pressure. That's what we have. I want my wedding to be loud. I want everybody to be there. I want this person. I want this celebrity. I want this and that. To do what?
Okay, but now that you know, there's this thing that like it is a one-time something.
So yeah, you have to borrow to do that.
Because it will never happen again.
So after the wedding, you start paying debt.
No, we are not saying you should borrow, but we're just saying that it's a one-time something.
People borrow. Do you know you can make it very moderate and it's still a one-time thing? My wedding was a memorable. I'm telling you the truth. It was a memo. It was on a Sunday. It was a memory. It was fantastic. I had people. I had more than, you know. I had pastors who were my friends, leaving their churches to come, you know, witness my wedding on a Sunday. So what memory do I want again? What are we talking about? But we still prioritize. Do you know by the time people wanted to start coming, like by 3 we were done. Service reception were done. Because I told the MC I want 1 hour. And they gave that 1 hour. So what are we saying? So people need to understand that you must prioritize. You must cut. I keep saying this to everybody. Cut your coat according to the material that you have.
So in other words, you're saying that there are pressures associated with having
unnecessary.
pockets.
Let me tell you something. When I was to go, when the list came out, of course I look at it, I couldn't afford all of them. The man said, don't worry, this is their own list. Go and look at it and tell me what you can do. I told him what I can do, and he took back that my list to say, this is what he can do, and there's no question. And that was what we did. That was what we did. You see, here, people should be reasonable. Are you selling your child?
But we have some cultures
What
that
kind-
they
who
don't
made the
reason.
culture? Who made those cultures?
The people made the culture, yes, of course, but they don't
The
reason.
lady
What do you
who is
do?
getting married should tell to the parents.
Because there's nothing you can do about it. This is
There is
culture.
something you can do. I come from a family. Somebody come to marry from my place, there are a lot of things we wave aside from the person. We do that. Wave it aside. All we want is the daughter say, yes, this is what I want to marry. I love him. I want him. But I have no choice. We can't stop you. Because if you refuse to bring those things down for the guy man to marry, he will still go back. Apparently, they will do. I've seen people who they left their culture when travel abroad and got married there. When you see that the culture must take place. When I cannot afford to come because I want to get married. What if decide to create they fashion whatever you culture and get she gets pregnant and they go and take a church blessing and everything and they start living together as husband and wife. What are you going to do? So I think our culture, especially from the eastern parts, is where I have a lot of issues with them. You bring out a list as if you're building a shopping complex for somebody, for a family, because you want to marry a daughter. And that's why I see a lot of marriages today. I'm getting married and then people cannot feed them. There's no point. And I can't go and beg just because I will satisfy people. No. I made you what I have. And what people say, oh, okay, don't worry, I'll give you this. Oh, I'll support you. Oh, you're getting married. Okay, don't worry, take this. I didn't form any committee there.
All right.
So, this position we are in now, we must be careful.
Very careful.
A lot of marriages today are breaking.